Greetings, Judah. DFG at Gideon's Flight. Hey guys, I want to share some word with you this morning, this afternoon, evening, depending on what time you are actually reviewing this message. But Yah has put something on my heart over the last couple of days, and this is an ongoing thought, not a thought, but an ongoing conviction that continues to bother my rahook, because this lie is still being perpetuated, throughout our community as well as throughout the world. And that is this message around John 3:16. And many of you guys can quote it. If you are watching, I don't know, Monday Night Football, you'll see some idiot in the stand holding a big sign saying, "For God so loved," God dog word. But Yah so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever might believe it upon him should not perish but have everlasting life. We've all heard that time and time again. And yet that statement in and of itself is true, but the way that statement is being applied, that is a lie. That is why the scriptures tell us that we should have line upon line, my sisters and brothers, precept on precept. And here's where I'm going with this. If that statement is true, then that statement justifies anyone on this planet. I'm talking about the liars, the thieves, the devils, the whoremongers, the child molesters, the slave trafficking, the bigots, the racists, the fornicators, the liars, the thieves, the murderers, the enslavers. And I probably left out the rest of the dirty, rotten dogs, all those things, those who walk into a cult, the idolaters, all of them. Because if you're taking that statement literally, and you're applying that statement across the board like someone spreading, mayonnaise, on a piece of bread for a sandwich, then again, you better hope what you're going to be eating, sisters and brothers, I love you, but you're going to be eating a shit sandwich. S-H-I-T. Yeah, that's what I said. If you spread that liberally, you're going to be eating a shit sandwich. Dung, as Yeshua would have called it. When he gave that particular statement, he was talking to Judah and he was talking to Israel. He was not talking to this world. When he was talking to those, he was talking to those that he had come to bring back into the fold. He was bringing the flock back into the fold. Because many of our people have been led astray, scattered, as they are today, eating the filth of heathenism, for lack of a better word, eating the filth with the filth of the cares and the issues of this particular world, loving the things of this world versus loving the things of Yah. That is why he came back to us. The scripture tells us clearly, I came for what purpose? Why did Yeshua come? He said to save the lost sheep of Israel. Matthew 15:24. Go read John 4:22. And there are other scriptures that continue to remind us that that was his calling. That is the message. The messenger with a message. Yet the heathens have gotten in this book, and they have misinterpreted this intentionally. Remember, Yeshua told us to be careful that we be not deceived. I'm going to pick up on Matthew 24 and cover that, not in this particular message. But he forewarned us again, saying they'll say the messenger is over here, the Messiah is over here, the Messiah, and he said, don't believe him. Why is he telling us? Why would he tell us not to believe him? I'll tell you why. Because they will come and perpetuate lies. Think about it. Why wouldn't Elohim not want us to put in the mouth of Yahshua to warn us not to listen to people who came in the name of Yahshua? Why would he tell us that, my sisters and brothers? Because he knew that they would come and they would be spreading false doctrine amongst the brethren, so to the point that we would be so neutered that even the elect of Yah, if Yah had not shortened the days, could walk before Yah and enter into the kingdom of Yah. Because if that doctrine is true, Yah so loved the whole world. If that doctrine is true, then explain this to me. Come on, let's go. Let's go over to the book of James. How about that? All right? Praise Yah. And I'm going to go to James 1, then I'm going to take you over here. Just to show you who that message was being applied to in John. Okay? Remember, in John, Yeshua was talking to us, Israel. All right? The 12 tribes, including Judah. And why I'm thinking about it, you know, if Yah leaves, I'll come back to that. Okay? But look what James, this is how James 1 starts. He says, James, a servant of Yahuwah, and of Adonai, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. To who? To everybody? How many guys, again, you've heard the teaching of James before? Many of you, I'm sure your pastors and priests have discussed messages from the book of James or the epistle of James. Did they tell you that when they were telling you that it did not apply to you? Better yet, did they tell you it did not apply to everybody? That's probably a more accurate statement. More specifically, did they tell you it only applied to you? Because that's who James was writing it to. Again, let me read it to you again. James, the servant of Yahuwah, of Adonai, Yeshua Himashah, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings. Come on, can we do this one more time? James, a servant of Yahuwah, of Adonai, Yeshua Himashah, to the 12 tribes, 12, which are scattered abroad, means all over the world. And for the record, you know what the top 3 countries our people are? Or maybe the top 3 continents, let me say it a better way. I'm going to give you number 3, it's Africa. Number 3 is Africa. Not number 1, number 3 is Africa. Because most of our people, remember, we were coming from the kingdom of Judah, right? In Negro land, which is really the west coast or the so-called Horn of Africa. That's where our people were. When the heathens all around us sold us to the Arabs, who sold us to the Jews, that's where they were plucking us from. That's where they were plucking us from. Number 3, again, Africa. Liberia, Sierra Leone, South Africa. Number 2, here, Turtle Island, United States of America. And the Caribbean islands. Diaspora, I think is what that's called. And number 1, Brazil. Yes, Brazil, the majority of Israel is in Brazil. I bet many of you guys didn't know that. You need to go back and you need to pull up an old map of the slave trade or how the slave ships went as they traveled. Over 12 million, this is their record, it's probably a big flat lie, probably much more than that. But let's put it like this, to give you an accurate map. Somewhere around, I would have to say about 75 to 80% of the slave trade that went across the seas went directly to Brazil. And then to the islands here, and then scattered throughout the rest of Africa, England, and wherever else our people ended up at. Now that's a little history for you. But go back. Smithsonian will have that information. Google it up. Where did the slave trade go? Where did the ships go? And what percentages of, they'll say Africans, which is a lie, but where did the percentage of the Negro from Negro land go? And you'll see it for yourself. But that's just a little quick piece of history. But let me get back on topic here, my sisters and my brothers. Okay? Well, factual history. But here it is, James telling you this message is for the 12 tribes. But you come back, you might say, well, DFG, okay, well, what does that have to do with John 3 and 16? Well, here's what it has to do with John 3 and 16. We have to be careful that we be not deceived. Because I'm telling you, the way John 3:16 is being applied, it's a lie. And here's why it's a lie. Because it's telling us that anybody who believes is saved. Right? Anybody that believes has salvation. All you have to do is believe. That's what it says. Okay? Let me give you the book. Let me give you the word again. Just so that I'm not accused of misquoting or not giving you accurate words. I'm going to read it to you. Again, I stated it, but I'm going to read it to you verbatim. For Yah so loved the world that he gave his Rahut, let's just say his son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. So when you look at whoever, when it says whosoever, that's another word saying anybody, everybody. That's exactly what that is meant. That is the definition of what is being said. Interpretation of what is being said. Again, a lie. If you're taking it and you're applying it universally. Okay, one more time. It says, for Yah so loved the world. The world. Didn't Yah tell us, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world? Anyone who loves the things of the world, the love of the Yah is not in them. Why is this verse of scripture not taught the right way? Because they're trying to steal you, the apple of Yah's eye, away. They're not away. They're stealing you away from Yah, my brothers and my sisters. And that's the point here. They're stealing us away. They're trying to whitewash us into the dogma that they have so that they can continue to perpetuate the lie, to continue to push us to the back and elevate their lying asses to the front. I'm talking about the heathens and those agents of the heathens, the Judas Iscariot amongst our people, promoting them ahead of us and leading us astray. And now that's why Yah warned us that there will be wolves in sheep's clothing. That's why Yah warned us there will be many false Christs and many false prophets, many false messiahs, that they will be out and they will deceive many of our people. And that's why they preach this lie, because they know that we are the apple of Yah's eye. The so-called Negroes scattered all abroad. Israel. And Israel, if you don't wake up, all these things that have been prophesied to happen to those heathens out here, those things are going to happen to you. Many of those things are already happening to our people. Look at the curse on our newborns. Pre-newborns, let me say it that way. 50 million? How could that not be a judgment of Yah? That our sisters and our brothers will be so insane that they don't even know, that they can't even discern that you're murdering babies. There are other agendas that they're pushing out here. You know, the man-boy love agenda that they're pushing out here. The homosexual, women with women. You can't, again, I don't want to digress. But the filth that is being pushed to us right now, sold to our people. Because guess what, guys? We are the image of all that debauchery that they're pushing out here right now. Because why? We're the target. Because Satan and all of the seed of Satan, they hate you because who you are. And they have taught you to hate yourselves. That's why you kill your children. That's why you don't honor the ancient ones in your own homes, your mothers and your fathers. That's why your children are becoming bastards. Praise Yah. Because of self-hatred. Your women dress like whores out here with no conscience whatsoever. They don't care. You can preach to them and teach them and encourage them and direct them, and it's like putting money in bags and holes in it. I'm not a hole, but you look like one. Well, just because I look like one don't mean they should treat me like one. Why not? You think Satan gives a damn about what you think? No, Satan is looking at how you dress. I put it like this. I guess Satan is saying, well, if she's following me this far, why would I stop now? Or more importantly, why would she stop now? After all, she's exposing every curve, every inch of her body. For whose sake? For the kingdom's sake? If this is why she's doing it, of course she isn't doing it for the kingdom's sake. She's doing it for me. Because now I can use her to cast spells on the men of Judah, the men of Israel. And they become so lustful that they forget Yah. And yes, many of you sisters are used exactly that way. And you don't give a damn. You remind me, if someone said, well, if y'all want me to understand that, then, let Yah come and tell me. So you want Yeshua to come from the grave to tell you. Which he's not in the grave, but that's kind of, you remind me of the story of the rich man and Abraham. The rich man and Abraham. How that when the poor man, was brought back, and Abraham was the rich man came from hell. Let me say this the right way. And he noticed that Abraham was in the bosom. The rich man was in the bosom of Abraham. And he became envious again. But see, when that rich man was in his glory, he didn't give a damn about the people of Yah. He didn't give a damn about that poor man. Neither him nor his brethren. None of the heathens that were among him or them. And some of them were Israel. So they may not have been heathen in the body, but they damn sure were heathens in the spirit, like many of our people are right now. No different than the heathen. Go look at how the heathens walk. Go look at how Judah is walking. Tell me if that's not confusion. How can you be separate and yet you be 100% alike? How can you be separate and you're doing the exact same thing that they're doing? You're a liar and the truth is not. You're deceived. And Yah told us be careful not to be deceived. He warned us that. So your body is a temple. Your body should be for the edification and the elevation of the beauty of Yah. Not as a weapon to use against the men of Yah. But again, many of you don't care. It does not matter to you. Because you're going to do what you want to do come hell or high water, as the saying goes. And you remind me, or let me remind you, that your story is a very common story. Because you're going to say, well, you're judging. And I'm going to say, I don't have to judge. You're already judging yourself. You've already taken a side. That's called judgment. When a judgment is passed, that means you are free to do whatever it is the judgment supports. You've already judged yourself. You decided the way of the world is better than the discretion or the discreet or the prudence of Yah's woman. She walks circumspectly. Go back and read all of you on Mother's Day. We ain't going to get into that pagan holiday. But on Mother's Day, all of you are virtual women all of a sudden. All of these wicked pastors, they go into Proverbs chapter 30 and talk about this virtuous woman. And all of you, amen, amen, amen. You're a liar and truth is not in you. Because a virtuous woman, go back and read what she does. She cares for her family. She takes care of her family. She supports her man. She watches the way she carries herself. She's an honorable woman. She doesn't flirt with men. She don't let other men who are not her man put their hands on her. She don't wink at them. She don't grin at them. She don't smile. She walks with her head upright. She keeps her focus on her man because she knows her man is doing the work of Yah. If she's a woman of Judah, because she's not going to be with a heathen. She'll pull back before she walks with him. But that's not our sisters. That's not men. Now, don't get me wrong. I know some sisters who are walking upright before Yah. And they'll walk away from these heathen men before they stick with one of them. Or run back to one of them like a dog going back to his vomit. Because that's another habit that the women of Judah has. Yah pulls them out of the mud, and then as soon as things don't go the way they want to go, when he's cleaned them up, they go right back to the mud. Forgetting how filthy it was when they were there. And I'm still on point, my sisters and brothers. So when Abraham and the rich man, he sees that the poor man is being nurtured. He's being fed. He's being taken care of. He's at peace. He's at rest. And now he's envious. And so he's asking for water, for thirst, because he said, just put a little tip, because I'm in hell and I'm burning. Like many are going to be. Men too. It's not just a woman's message. Burning in hell. He just wants a little tip of water on his tongue. Abraham said, I can't do that. Can't do that. This ain't for you. This living water is for the living. You're gone now. You had your chance. So he said, well, then let me go back and warn them. Let me come back from the grave and warn them to do right. He said, no. 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 You're not going back any damn way. When you heard the message, you knew you were wrong for the way you treated Lazarus, but you didn't give a damn. The poor man's name was Lazarus. He said, you didn't give a damn. All of you heard the word. You heard the word. Lazarus heard the word. You decided to care about the things of this world and what people thought about you. So you didn't give a damn about your brother, Lazarus. Now Lazarus, because he stayed faithful, even in his poverty, he stayed faithful. Now he's awaiting his reward. You already got your reward. See, a lot of you out here showing your asses out here, you're getting your reward. All that attention you're getting, that's your reward. So you better enjoy it. Because when it's said and done, if you decide that you're going to live wretchedly, then your ass is going right there where he was. I'm talking about where the rich man was, in hell burning. You better hope that Yah doesn't come and get your ass, or he doesn't allow Satan to take you under. You know, like when someone is done, when they go down for the third time, it's over. A lot of you women out here, you've gone down for the second time. You got one more chance to change, to resist the devil. But I'm going to tell you the truth. And you know it too. You're not going to change. Because you're going to look at it again. Who says I have to change? Again, only God can judge me. And sure, only a fool would say that. Because if Yahuwah was your God, you would listen and keep his words. He said, my sheep hear my voice. They don't follow their own rationale. They don't go the way that seems right to them. They go the way of Yah. That's why he said you'll know a tree by the fruit that it bears. So here it is. He said, okay, well, let me go back. Abraham said, no. It's done. You're done. You're finished. Well, how will my brothers know who are as wicked as my ass is? He said, they got the prophets and the teachers. And if they don't listen to the prophets and the teachers, they ain't going to listen to somebody coming back from the dead. So what I'm saying, and then what he's saying to us, even in that essence, you can teach this word to some of our people, and it does not matter. But that don't mean you shouldn't share it. That doesn't mean you shouldn't share this message. But it's not going to matter, but it will be a witness. It'll be to your credit and to their condemnation. Or maybe they'll change. The only hope many of our people have is you and I, those of us who love Yahuwah enough to be bold as a lion. To cry out. And don't worry about them. Don't spare their feelings. Who gives a damn about the way they feel? I care about your soul. I don't want your soul in hell. Yahshua warned us of that. He said, you'd be better have your eye plucked out, your hand cut off, than to have your soul cast into hell. He warned us of that. But many of our people, again, they are so distracted and caught up in the things of this world and what their friends are going to think and what their family going to think and what whoever's going to think, that they don't even realize the danger that they're in. And they won't even stop even hearing this message to reflect on what I'm saying, which is only repeating the word of Yah. No, Yah does not love this whole world. He has judged this world already. Why would he destroy the world if he loves the world? Why would he take vengeance on this world if he loves this world? If he loves this world, then what's the purpose of salvation? Think about it. If he loves this world, that means he loves everything that's in this world. Everything that's going on, he gives a thumbs up to. He approves. If the way that scripture, John 3:16, is accurate, then that means Yah is a wicked devil. Yah is Lucifer. Now, to many of the people that you run across and you interact with, Lucifer is their God. And I'm using the dog word. Lucifer is their God. Because him they will follow. But when you start talking about what does the Torah say, what does the word say, they're going to have nothing to do with that. They don't want to have anything to do with that. They'll turn this video off before they walk under those truths. They'll take this book up and they will throw it in the fire. Oh yeah, they will take this book and throw it in the fire. Many of you were throwing the book in the fire. Well, what do you mean, DFG? I ain't throw no Bible in the fire. Does it sit on your coffee table or your manual? I mean, on a mantle in your house? Does it sit in your car? Does it sit in your bedroom on a dresser somewhere and you don't open it up and you don't study it daily? Then you threw it in the fire. It serves you no purpose. A lot of you are in the occult thinking that just because you got it around that somehow or another, that from an occultic standpoint, it's like lighting candles and doing novenas or what have you. Well, if I do the novena, I light these candles, then that means the glory of Yah. I said, you're a lie. All you're doing is inviting even more devils in. Oh, you say, well, how is the devil coming in? The devil doesn't love Yah. The devil don't believe in Yah. Oh, really now? So Satan doesn't believe, right? So I'm saying that you could be a follower of Satan. Let me be clear. Take off these glasses for a second. I'm saying that you can be a follower of Satan, loving Yah, professing to believe in Yah, professing to believe in Yah. I'm saying that you can profess to believe in Yah and be a follower of Satan, an agent of Satan, a worker of iniquity. Yes, many of you were doing it, as many of us were doing it. Some of us have come out of it. Many of you are still doing it, and many of you will not come out of it because when the truth comes to knocking on your door, you refuse to answer. And I'm saying again to you, John 3:16 that says, whosoever believeth is a lying doctrine if it's being applied to this world. And if you're a follower of and care about the things of this world, then I'm telling you that word does not apply to you. That's what I'm saying to you. It only applies to you if you're obeying the word. And you of the kingdom of Israel, of the nation, of the people of Yah. Yah warns all that are without. Revelations again, 22, 14, 15, are dogs. And those who work it in adultery, those who are working in idolatry, those who love the occult, those who cultivate lies, even self-deceiving lies that said I can do whatever I want. Yah knows my heart. Yet that's not what Yah said. Yah said, I judge you by your actions. Oh, okay. All right. Yes. Okay. This is my interpretation, right? That's what some of you are saying. Some of you are standing right there saying, go, brother. Praise Yah. Let the word come forward. Let that water come. I'm thirsty. Give me something to drink. But there are others over there saying, I don't need no water. I don't even drink water. I prefer to drink soft drinks and a little wine with my dinner, juice. The essence of life is in water. Your body is what, 80, 90% water? The essence of life is water. This word is water. Anything not this word is an imitation of water. And it's never going to do your body good. But let's go on here. Now let me give you the precept to take you all the way back where we began. John 3:16, if it's being applied like mayonnaise on a bread, is a lie. It does not apply to the entire world. It only applies to the 12 tribes, as you heard James say. Because the same James that said that to the 12 tribes that are scattered abroad, guess look what else James says. See, Yah is beautiful. He brings it right back, you know what I'm saying, to the beginning, always. It's all the same to Yah, yesterday, today, and forever. Alpha and Omega. James 2:19. All right? So we're told that it applies to everybody. All you got to do is believe. All right? Let's see here. All you have to do is believe. That's what we're told. James 19. Matter of fact, James 2, let me start at 15. If a brother or a sister be naked or destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace and be and be you warmed and not filled, notwithstanding you give them those things which are needful to the body, what does it profit? That's the question. See, my point, if we just turn our heads and we see our brothers and sisters naked, in other words, they're not walking in the knowledge of the truth, that's nakedness. Now here it's talking literal, but Yah's word is both spiritual and natural. It covers everything. So if they don't have the truth, they're naked if they are a brother or they're a sister. Not the heathens. Heathens have their truth. They walk it every single day. They have sold their souls for the cares of this world. The issues of life. Let's go on. He said, and one of you said to them, depart in peace, be you warmed and filled, and notwithstanding give them those things which are needful to the body, what does it profit? Even so, if it has not works, it's dead being alone. What does that mean? So he's saying that if my brother or sister is hungry, and I say, I know you're hungry, now have a great day, and I got food to give, he said, my words are falling on dead ears, deaf ears. I might as well be mute, is what he's saying. He's saying that if I want to help them, I have to physically give them of my resources. Then I'm doing an act of kindness. Then I'm doing an act of justice. That's what he's saying here. Words alone don't cut it. Your idealism is not going to cut it, my brothers and sisters. I believe. That's all I have to do is believe. I don't have to have any works. And if you tell me I have to have works, you're trying to judge me. Oh, really? If you're of Israel, I'm not judging you. If you're of Israel, you do need to follow this word. Again, if you're following after the world, again, go and do whatever you're going to do. The same destiny that fulfilled the rich man is awaiting you. Yes, hell has enlarged itself according to the word to take you in and all them heathens that you brought into this world who are acting just like you. Because after all, you're the one leading them. They're watching you. Unless you come out, unless you've taken a stand, unless you've gone to them and forewarned them and told them, I'm done with that kind of lifestyle. Now you can live it, but you ain't living it amongst me. Because your eyes are watching. The book tells us his eyes go throughout the whole world, looking. He's not asleep. He's watching. Praise Yah. Verse 18. Yeah, man may say, you have belief. Remember, John 3:16 said all you have to do is believe. Look what James is saying. Yes, a man may say, you have belief, and I have works. Show me your belief without your works, and I will show you my belief by my works. Is that not judgment? Is that not clearly defining that one is a believer and one isn't a believer based off of the fruit that tree is bearing, the fruit that your body is bearing, the spirit that's coming off of you that's attacking these men? There's some of these lust demons that are inside of you that you're spreading all over your environment that's causing men to fall, causing men to sin against themselves. Jezebels. You got all these men walking around like Ahab. Cowards. What do you mean by cowards? Afraid to take a stand for Yah for fear they may lose your favor. She ain't going to want me if I stand for Yah. You know, if I stand for Yah, I'm going to be alone. Okay. Brothers, you can burn in hell. You're going to have a whole lot of company. So keep up that mentality. You won't be alone there. And that's not after judgment. Your ass is going to go to hell directly, man. You better start rebuking and resisting that temptation. Let these little she-devils walk around. Just when you see them, look the other way. I told you about my little daughter. My little daughter, when she doesn't want to be bothered, she just turns her head. That's what you better learn how to do, my brother. You better turn your head. Let them little devils, they're going to entice each other because now the women are loving the women anyway. They're lusting after each other like filthy beasts. And men, don't get me wrong. And sisters, this is not a direct attack on you, but this is a warning to you. Because these brothers around here lusting after each other too. tight pants on, showing their asses, showing their arms. You go into one of these gyms facilities, and these men walking around like girls. It's ridiculous. Waiting for another man to come over there and say, man, you look good. I'm going to tell you something. If you're a brother of mine, don't you ever come to me talking about anything about my physical appearance, because I'm going to look at you with suspect. I'm going to look at you with suspect. That's right. And it won't be but a quick second. I'm going to let you know I don't walk that way, devil. Do I look like I'm a homosexual to you? This body is the temple of Yah. Whatever beauty that it possessed, this is given to me by Yah. And this is for those things that Yah wants to see. My body is for those who Yah have called to look at, to see Yah through me. So if there's a beauty here, whatever that might be, handsome, whatever you might call it, or don't call it, that's whatever you might think, it's to the glory of Yah. Yah put it together, and Yah can take it apart. It is for his glorification. So if you're looking at me in any kind of way, in an admiring way, then praise Yah and understand this is what Yah can do. But it's to his glory, not to yours. Although I have no problem with admiration of my brothers and my sisters. But as long as it's decent and it's clean and it's pure. Sisters, in your body, when you're dressing yourself in an inappropriate way and dressing in a way where that if it was not for the color of what you have on, you may as well be naked. That is not to the glory of Yah. That is to the glory of your flesh. And understand clearly, flesh and blood will not enter into the presence of Yah or the kingdom of Yah. There is a work that's required of every single one of us, as James is saying, if you are Israel. If you have chosen the ways of the heathen, the broad path, then do what you want to do. Just go your own way. But just understand, you're under religion, the spell of religion that tells you it does not matter. Come as you are. Yah knows your heart. Yes, he does. He knows your heart by the way you're conducting yourself. He's just probably wondering why you don't know. Or better yet, he's recognizing that you're deceived, intentionally deceived, because you want to be a weapon against the men of Yah or against the sisters of Yah. But let me go on. Verse 19, back to this believing. If you believe, Yah said, whosoever believe on, that's what they want to tell you 3:16 means, John. Let's go here. Now here's 2:19, James. You believe that there is one Yah, the creator, Elohim, the beginning, the end. You believe there's only one Yah. He says, you do well. You do well. Yes, you're correct. Because there is only one. It's not three. There may be three in agreement. Father, Son, Rahuc. But it's one. When Yeshua said, I am my Father, or Yahshua said, there is one, that when you have seen me, you have seen the Father. He was talking about there was no schism between him and the Father. There was a oneness and an alignment, like it should be with each and every one of us as believers. There should be an alignment. There should be no schism. You cannot serve Yah and Mammon. You cannot serve Yah and man. You cannot serve Yah and be a part of this world. That's what Yeshua was saying. When you see the Father, you see me. You see how I'm walking? That's the way the Father would walk if he were here. That is the way you should be walking if you are a believer like myself. Right here. James 2:19. You believe that there is one Yah. You do well. But you should understand this. But will you know? That's what it means. You should understand this, my sisters and my brothers. Oh, vanity. You know what vanity is? Vain. Everything I want to show this, I want to show that. I want to let everybody see this. I want to let everybody see that. I want to let everybody see I'm vain. That's vanity. He said, oh, vain man. Oh, vain woman. He says this, that belief without works is dead. Let me go back to 19 because I skipped something. Praise Yah. He said, do you believe that there is one Yah? You do well. Now this is the part. See, Satan, he's wicked. And he has a major problem with me. But greater is he that is in me. I'm talking about the Rahuk. I'm talking about Elohim. The Rahuk of Elohim. Greater is he that is in me than him that is in the world. Oh no, Satan, you can forget about it. You can forget about it. You're not going to, you can, it bleeds. Let me say it like that. I'm never going to lust after something that bleeds. Now you can read into that what you want. It bleeds. Death comes from there. So does life when it's the will of Yah and it's allowed. It bleeds. It bleeds. Yah said it should be put away from you in the time of its bleeding. Yeah. We got it. He says, you believe there is one Yah? You do well. The devils, with an S, the devils, more than one, the devils also believe and they fear Yah. They tremble. So your profession that I believe and I'm going to do whatever I want to do. Look what he says that. But wilt thou know, O vain man? So you're going to do whatever you want to do. You don't care because Yah knows he says you're vain. And he knows you're vain because he's looking at your works. He's looking at how you conduct yourself, how you live your life, how Yah is shoved to the back burner. And you only call on him when your ass is in a crutch. When shit is going bad, then you want to come running and looking for Yah. And Yah says, I'm going to turn my head. I'm not going to hear you in the day of your calamity. And the day that you call upon me, I will not answer you. That's why many of you are walking in destitute. That's why many of our people are walking in destitute. Because they're being lied to through religion that John 3, Yah, just all I got to do is believe, and that's all I have to do is believe. Well, you ought to look at your lifestyle. You ought to look at what's going on around you. Where is your belief taking you? What do you have to show for your belief? If your belief is so pure and so strong, what do you have to show for it then? How can I look at you and see Yah without you opening your mouth? How do I feel the glory of Yah on you without you opening your mouth? How do I look at you and not start lusting and wickedness in my body start to desire and to want man or woman? If the glory of Yah is on you, then why is my flesh being aroused if the glory of Yah is on you? Why is that happening? Are you looking in the mirror? Really looking in the mirror? Of course you are. That's why you're designing yourself to be a snare unto the righteous of Yah. That's why you're designing yourself to be a snare. And this is male and female, not all of Judah, not all of Israel, but the 3/3 of you are doing it. And you're doing it with a clear conscience. Matter of fact, you get a certain amount of pleasure when these demons and this filth demons start to want you. You brighten up. You just can't wait to get to the club. You can't wait to get on the phone. You can't wait to go on Facebook or social media. You can't wait to go on FaceTime so you can show all of your wretchedness to the world. Not to your Ashaya, not to your covering, your man, but to anyone who want to take a peek at your wretched asses. And I'm talking to you brothers, and I'm talking to many of you sisters. And this is what Yah wants you to hear. So in closing, let's take one more look at this. You say that you cannot be judged. Yah says, I'm judging you. Not DFG. Yah says, I'm watching you. You saying, Yah love me just because I believe. Yah saying the devils believe in him. So is the devil going to go to save? So are the devils saved too then? Or you know, so is John 3:16 saying that the devils, with the S, all these devils that many of you know, so all of them are saved too then, according to what you're professing. According to what you're being taught, if you're listening to these devils who are using seducing spirits, seduction spirits, and doctrines of devils. They're giving you the doctrines of devils, telling you can do whatever you want to do, and they know that doctrine is causing you to be a seduction, a curse, a abhorrence, to take away the glory of Yah from the men of Yah who should be about their father's business, but they can't take their eyes on the Father because you keep coming in like Jezebel, distracting them. Or like these homosexual spirits that are upon these men who are wanting to be just like you. But they're filthy asses. Loving the creature more than loving the Creator, as the book says. And God's going to judge you for that. Again, let me close with a couple of more verses of scripture. Quick little review, praise Yah. I'm going to start James again, to the 12 tribes. This is the message to our people. Even so, if belief, if it has not works, is dead. If you don't have works to go with your belief, it's dead. If you're not doing anything that's consistent with what the book says, then you are a deception. You are dead. You will die. You will go to hell. You mean nothing to Yah. You mean nothing to the people of Yah. You're a fool. As David said, a fool says in his heart, there is no Yah. If you don't keep his commandment, you're not his. You are an agent of Satan. A wolf in sheep clothing. Many of you all, many of us know these kind of people. You're nothing but a wolf in sheep's clothing if you don't have works to back up your belief. And your foundational belief is, I can do whatever I want to do. Yah knows my heart because I believe. And you can't tell me I don't believe. I didn't say you didn't believe. What I'm telling you is that the devil believes, and his ass is definitely going to hell and all of his demons, and hell has enlarged itself. Why? Because Yah never intended for you to go, Judah, Israel. But because you chosen to go the way of Balaam, he had to make hell bigger than it is, so it can accommodate your wicked asses. Now that's some reality you need to deal with. Because in dealing with that, you'll find the truth, and hopefully, I pray that truth will set you free so that you can take off this worldly apparel and come back into the fold and walk uprightly. Men, that you can get off your lazy asses and turn off the television, shut off the games, get out there and go work so you can provide for your family, provide for your people, provide for your nation. Y'all say a man doesn't work, that man should not eat. Let me get on here. For many say you have belief, and I have works. But I'm sorry, Yah, yes. He says, verse 70, if even so, belief, if it has not worked, it is dead being alone. In other words, it means nothing. A man shall say, you have belief, and I have works. Show me your belief without your works, and I will show you my belief by my works. So cut it out with all this. Nobody's judging you. You're judging yourself. Where are your works? Where are your works? Now that's not a hard question. That's not a burdensome question. It's a simple question. You say you believe. Where are the works to support what you're saying? Yeshua said, Yahshua says, you shall know a tree by the fruit that it bears. Where are your fruits? And please don't talk about because you got your own car, you got your own house, you got your own money, you got a great job. You are a fool. Y'all say, I'm going to come and knock on your door tonight. All that stuff you talking about you got, if you don't have me and you don't show me how you'll use what I've given you, I'm going to take all that away from you and you're going to have your portion with the hypocrites. That's not works. Things are things. He cannot love Yah in things. Yah, when he says work, how do men see you and see his glory? How do men look at you and see the glory of Yah and not the lust of this world? Explain yourself, sisters and brothers, so-called believers. I know how you're seeing me. I know how many are seeing me. If you listen to this video, I know how you're seeing me. Praise Yah. Praise Yah. Verse 19. You believe that there is one Yah, you do well. The devils, with an S. The demons, with an S. The children of the fallen ones, the seed of Satan. The rebellious ones among us. He says, you, the children of the fallen ones, he said, you do well, but the devils believe also. And they tremble. Many of you don't even tremble. At least Satan got enough to say, I'm sure Satan, you know, and the gods of this world probably step back looking and say, boy, them some bold niggas. Whew. Boy, they don't even care. They sitting out here talking about Yah this and Yah that, and they don't have anything to back it. And look how they're behaving themselves. They are, boy, what rebellion, what arrogance, what high-mindedness. I'm sure that's what they're saying. They're probably sitting over like, boy, they don't know what's coming. I'm sure that's what they're probably looking at. Many of, you know, people that we know, maybe even some of you, Satan is probably, them demons are probably looking at you saying, boy, they have no idea. They have no idea. And many are going to say, well, I'm blaming it on Satan. You don't have to blame this on Satan. This is on you. You have the word. It's just like Abraham told, back to the rich man and Lazarus, he told them they got the prophets and the messengers. If they're not going to listen to the prophets and the messengers, they're not going to listen to somebody that come back from the dead. Amen. Many of you got the prophets and the messengers, you got the books, and you still rebel. Because you say, it doesn't matter, only if I believe. All right. Be careful that you be not deceived. Many will come in the last day. Many will come in the day of judgment and say, yeah, I have done this in your name, and I've done that in your name. I cast out devils. I did this. I went to church. You know, I prayed. You know what I'm saying? I told my children about you, you know, on Sunday. But I didn't want to offend anybody. You know, I'm trying to keep my family together. You know, I don't want to lose my man, so I'm just going to do whatever I think I need to do to keep him. Even if it means as I act and dress like a whore or a tramp. Or yeah, I don't want to lose my lady, so I'm going to act like an emasculated and feminized fool. And y'all say in that day, I'm going to look at you and say, I never knew you, you worker of wickedness, of iniquity. Depart from me. And my sisters and brothers, that doesn't have to happen. But you only have a short span of time to make a decision, all of us. As y'all say, the day you hear my voice, harden not your heart, as they did when they were in rebellion. It's witchcraft. It's idolatry. It's sorcery. When you walk in rebellion, when you hear this truth and you reject this truth, you are in witchcraft. You are practicing idolatry. You're casting spells on your sisters and brothers. And not only are you going to go to hell, you're leading men who have the potential, women who have the potential to be a light, to bring the body, to save, to guide those to salvation. No, we're back into the way of Yah. They open up their eyes so they don't continue to be lost. Yet you're the one cast in the darkness. Why? Because of your pride, because of your arrogance. Nobody can tell you anything. Well, the world shouldn't be telling you anything, but you seem to listen to the world very well. But when it comes down to the women and men of Yah who start telling you, then nobody can judge you. How interesting, devil. That's all I got for you. Tomorrow, Book of Enoch. So hope you'll join me then. Hope you'll share this video. Hope you'll watch it twice. Yah bless you. Yah keep you. Yah protect you. Yah put his Rahuk around you. May Yah give you mercy. May Yah give you the grace to hear this word and let this word marinate in your heart. May Yah give you the grace to open up your eyes because you're blinded, many of you, and you start walking and changing. That he guides your path to him and not allow you to continue the way of Balaam, the way of the rich man who only cared about what he had instead of caring about his soul. And last, in all you're getting, that Yah give you an understanding and that Yah give you peace. DFG, talk to you later. Bye now.